My name is Umair Usman and I am the cognitive consultant. I help people manage their weight, their anxiety, and improve their performance. So today, I'm going to talk about a very small, short topic very quickly. I was reading about managing psychological health during a disaster, during emergencies, such as floodings, earthquakes, natural disasters, and areas and situations where regular health workers might not be present immediately and where traditional therapy might not be workable immediately. So what would one want to do in that situation where you have a small amount of resources, volunteers who are not very well trained, and people who need help very quickly? And there was a whole list of things that I will discuss in a later video, but one point came up that is very important to discuss because it is generalizable, and that is to fill people up, to give people self-efficacy, the belief in one's own ability to control their life and control outcomes. Now, we all know that in psychology, in positive psychology, self-efficacy is a very important. Not only then is it important for mental health, it's just a basic human need. The ability to control one's life, to control situations, is important for motivation, for ambition, for ensuring that people go through with their plans or go through with their lives. Because if you feel you do not have control on your life or the outcome of situations, you will simply stop doing things. And that is one of the causes of depression as well. Feeling not being able to control the situation, your life, outcomes of behaviors. So now it is easier said than done. We can tell people the importance of self-efficacy. We can talk about it, we can do psychoeducation, but the most effective way to build self-efficacy is to give people small, progressive goals that become harder and harder over time, and keep on giving constant feedback to the person, to the patient, about their own self-efficacy. So this is like evidence-based CBT style workshops or homeworks. So what you do is, for example, if somebody has had a disaster and their home is no more, they might be living in a temporary shelter. You would want to give them a goal every day, say, of getting yourself some water and drinking it, boiling it and drinking it. And then next day, you might ask them to get some water for people around them. And the next day or next week, you might say, okay, now that you're bringing in water, why don't you start boiling it and making tea for people? And so on. So you give people goals that progressively become more difficult. And as you go from easier to more difficult goals, people slowly develop their own sense of control of life. And they become more confident and more aware of what they can control in life. And this is how you come out of the cycle of insecurity, feeling not in control, and help people become more empowered and self-assured and self-reliant over time. This is the easiest, the best way to do it, the most effective way to do it. And there is no hocus pocus, because whoever does it actually knows that they're contributing something to people around them. They are contributing to their own life, and they are actually improving their ability to influence situations. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I think that's a very important idea to share, not just for emergencies and disaster management, but just for psychological health and therapy in general. I might have to continue the series about talking about people in disaster, and I think this is going to be really interesting. So this was Umair Usman, the cognitive consultant, and I will see you next time.